Guys, we're just a couple hours away from Federer's big return playing Daniel Evans. I know we are all very, very curious. Curious. Didn't mean to say curious, but we are very curious to see how Federer is going to look. How is the form going to be? Are we going to see old Fed is going to be moving smoothly, gliding, hitting winners from every area of the court? I think as Fed fans, this is what we're all hoping for. And to be honest, this is what I'm expecting. I just, have seen Fed do so many amazing things through his career. And just looking at him out there in practice, everything looks fine. He's got nothing guarding the knee. So I think he's going to be good to go. And today he goes up against Daniel Evans. And I think that this is just what the doctor ordered for a first round because these two know each other pretty well. Federer's 3-0 against him, but I've done a little research and I've seen a number of pictures of them together. They actually hit in Doha. They've practiced before together, so I think they're kind of semi-regular practice partners. So I think that Federer is not going to – I think he's going to be at home out there. Couple things that's going to be weird for him, no crowd. Federer likes a crowd. Federer's a showman. When the bright lights are on him, that's when he plays the best. Yes, Federer is back to his 2019 self. So we'll see. So we're going live, guys. We're going live. And comment. Let me know what you think. Who is going to win this match? Is Federer going to be tested at all? Is this going to be a test for Federer, or is it going to be pretty routine? So we'll take a look at the head-to-head in a couple of minutes here with Federer and Evans. But just to me, looking at Evans' game, I watched him play. Played Shardy. Great first-round win. Shardy's tough. Gave Rublev all he could handle out there in Rotterdam. And Daniel Evans played pretty well. Daniel Evans, if you're looking at his game, stylish game, one-handed backhand, likes to slice the one-handed backhand a lot, but can come over it as well. Did really, really well on his passing shots against Shardy. So that's something that could hurt Federer. If Federer's not coming in behind good balls and is not moving quickly around the net, Evans could pass him. He did a good job against Shardy hitting passing shots. But everything else, it looks like a sparring match, to be honest. If you look at Evans' serve, he's a little guy. His serve is not going to hurt Federer. If you look at his ground strokes, decent ground strokes. He's certainly not going to be, pounding the ball away on Federer. He's not going to outpower Federer. He's not going to the ultimate shot maker's Roger Federer. He's not going to make more shots than Roger Federer. He might possibly be a little more consistent than Federer, but he's not known as like a super consistent guy, right? He's like offensive, but kind of like a semi-grinder as well, but not like I would say Shardy's a much better grinder. We're just thinking about, Medvedev is an amazing grinder. Obviously, when you look at Rafa and Novak, they can grind you to death. They just like never miss. They go in lockdown mode. Evans is not that guy either. So I don't see anything that Evans has that can hurt Federer. But as they say, you never know until they play. And we're so excited to see them play in just a couple of hours. So what I'm going to do, we got a couple of cool things we're going to do. Number one, I'm going to share the screen. We're going to take a look at the head-to-head matchup. Number two, I found a clip of them playing at the Australian Open. We'll watch them play points. We'll just kind of talk and look at them playing points. So I think it's looking good, though, for a first round for Federer. I don't see any trouble ahead. I can't wait to watch the match and see what kind of form Federer is in. The Federer form, what do we think? Is he going to be looking sharp? Or are we going to see him, a little erratic, shanking some balls? Is he going to give us a little bit of a scare, or is he just going to go through and crunch? So Federer, they played 3 times. He's number 6 in the world. It's weird to see that number 6 behind his name. We're usually seeing 1, 2, or 3, but the time off, it's kind of good that he's only dropped down to 6. With all his time off, we will take being 6 in the world. He's playing Daniel Evans, number 28 in the world, very respectable. He's 30 years old. Federer, 39, almost 40 years old. Amazing. Amazing when you think about that he's still on the tour and he's almost 40. Okay, let me hide some of this stuff here so we can see a little more of our screen. Look at that prize money, guys. Basically $30 million. That goes without the endorsements to Evans. That looks like a lot of money. $3 million, but that's a long career and a lot of expenses. So you wonder how much he's able of that to keep. Okay, so they played at the U.S. Open. In the round of 32, Federer put the absolute beat down on him, 6-2, 6-2, 6-1. Okay, that makes sense. Again, when you look at Evans' game, I don't see much that's going to hurt him. What do you guys think? He's got a nice, it's like he's fun to watch. He's a great player, but he doesn't have anything that's going to shock and awe the great Roger Federer that I can see. They played in 2019. This was their best match, 7-6, 7-6, 6-3. Federer still took care of him in 3 sets, but look at those score lines, even 7-5 in the first tiebreaker. So that was a pretty good effort there by Evans. And if we're just playing 2 out of 3 sets, that could be a little bit of a scary match for Federer. At Wimbledon, put the beat down on him again, 6-4, 6-2, 6-2. So on paper, guys, it's not even a match. It's not even really a match. The only X factor here is we just don't know what Roger Federer is going to do after being off for over a year. That is a big one. You just can't take for granted, that time away from the tour, what that will do for you. The crazy thing about COVID, though, is there hasn't been near as many tournaments. So a lot of people have had to cut short their practices, not play as near as many matches. So what will this mean? All right, so now let's do this. Let's come over here. I'm going to blow up the screen and we'll have a little fun. We can take a look at some match highlights from Melbourne as we're talking. So, and we can kind of see, the way Evans plays. If you're not very familiar with Evans, you can kind of see. So there's Federer just crunching, munching off serves. And there's Evans with an ace. Nice looking motion. So we've seen him serve and volleys, hitting big aces. Wow. Again, he's not a little guy, but you can see good placement right there. We can see the stylish backhand. Look at that passing shot. Again, he passed very well against Shardy yesterday. There's Federer just crunching, munching. Take that. Great serve placement out wide. We know Federer can hit every single spot in those boxes, guys. But look at Evans. Got some pretty good aim there. I guess this is the match, too, where he played very well, 7-6, 7-6. So we're seeing Evans kind of at his best. Okay, so this is the kind of thing he can do when he's playing very well, but he can't get that passing shot from Roger Federer. Oh, Federer likes that little short return, too. But a big spraying forehand. Will we see that? Will we see Federer's forehand spray? We all know that his timing is so pristine that if it's a little off, he can go from looking perfect to all of a sudden he makes us very nervous, right, guys? We like this. This is going to be something fun to watch. The backhand-to-backhand cross-court exchange. Look at that. Oh, he could have had the inside-in winner there. Instead, Federer wins the point. But it's always nice to watch look at the Federer spray. That's the one thing that makes me nervous, guys, is that Federer is shanking that forehand. That makes me nervous. But always love to see one-handers go against each other. Look at that. So beautiful to watch. Look. Very good backhand there by Fed. So hopefully you guys can see this pretty well. But we're liking to watch it. I hope they both have great rallies and they both have as many backhand to backhand exchanges as possible. Look at that drop shot by Federer. So awesome. The out wide serve. See, if you are a righty, guys, you're always thinking as a righty, the slice is for lefties. But look how well both these players are using that. Evans coming in, big forehand, big volley. We know forehands are going to be important. Federer running around just did a forehand. We're going to be doing a 7-day forehand challenge. When I come back, I'll give you guys the link. Go to 7dayforehandchallenge.com if you want to improve your forehand. Look at that, closing the net. So a lot of fun points to watch. Okay, so a lot of style. It's going to be a match of style, but is there anybody more stylish than Roger Federer? No. But it's fun to watch this. There's Federer's slice pass shot down the line. Evans is pretty good when he's got a target. I noticed that against Shardy. Hit a lot of great passing shots. So Fed will have to be careful when he comes in behind. Like that. You ain't getting that, buddy. All right, so let's watch a couple more highlights. Come back, see some comments. But we can see here, this is going to be a fun match to watch. This is a great first-round match for Federer, I think, because He's going to be comfortable out there. He's not going to be too threatened, but yet this guy will challenge him a little bit because he's got a lot of game. But I think it's a perfect matchup for Federer because he doesn't have the big enough weapons to really hurt Roger. But he's got enough weapons to challenge Federer and make for a good looking match. You know what I mean? Be a nice looking match here. Good serve. Forehand. Federer should crunch that. Poof! Oh, it's like he's just toying with him right there. The chip return. Love that chip return. Inside in, inside out, and the beautiful finish. Okay, so we've seen enough. We've seen that we know Roger is just amazing, okay? And Evan's going to be a fun opponent to watch him play against. So we're super excited for this match, guys. We are super pumped up. Big has been very active in the comment section. We need more people commenting. Let me see what he's saying here. He's saying every other player, they were barely top 20 players. All right. Why is this 250 event so popular? One reason, Roger Federer likes to play it. That's it. Roger Federer loves to go to Dubai. He loves this tournament. That's why this tournament's popular. Roger Federer is there. That's why this tournament is so popular. End of story. All right, let's see. What else do we have? I want to see more picks, guys. More picks, more thoughts on this match. Should we go in and look at the draw? Dominic Thiem is playing. Basically, I think in 20 minutes, he's going to be playing. So make sure you go to your tennis channel or your ATP TV website. That's where I'll be watching it. And let's take a look at the draw now. So we're going to take a look at the Doha draw. And look at this. Interesting. Karatsev had an amazing, out of nowhere. It's like, have you guys ever seen that movie, The Natural? That's what he's like. The Natural was a story about came out of nowhere like in his 30s and then was one of like the best players ever. And Karatsev is kind of like that. He's 27, came from out of nowhere. These two have not played a match before. And he got to the semifinals of the Australian Open this year. Complete shocker. But look what he's doing here in Doha. First round match, crushing 6-4, 6-0. So he's picking up right where he left off. So will this be a challenge? Will this be a challenge? Is this guy for real? Are we going to see this like as a regular thing now to where he's getting quarters, semis, finals? Like, is this guy for real? Is this a fluke? Can he give Dominic Thiem a test? We know Dominic Thiem, his confidence got to be a little shaken after a very weak performance at the Australian Open. And this guy played great at the Australian Open. So I don't think this match is a gimme, considering that this guy's confidence has to be sky high. And we don't know where Dominic's confidence is. We know he's a hard worker. We know he's amazing. We know he can win on hard court. He won the U.S. Open. Everybody thought the first time if we ever saw Dominic win an Australian a Grand Slam tournament probably would have been the French Open on clay. That's where he loves it. That's where he's at home. But he ends up winning the U.S. Open. All right. So let's see here. Not really anything interesting there. Now, I like this for Rublev. This is just what the doctor ordered for Rublev, to where he just went to Rotterdam, played a great tournament, and so he's got to be a little tired because he did well at the Australian Open as well, and warm-up tournaments before then. He's been playing some great tennis, but a lot of tennis. So I think to have a walkover here is really, really nice for him. Gives him a break for a potential rematch. This Lloyd Harris, did you watch him play Stan the Man? This guy's got game. This guy's got some style too. This guy's got some style. So Lloyd Harris versus Fucsovics. I think this, if you can watch this match, don't sleep on it, because many people watching this maybe don't know who these two are. This guy just got to the finals of Rotterdam. Great player. I got to see him play Roger Federer, fourth row Rod Laver Arena. He took the first set off Federer. The guy's got game. And this guy's got game too. I think this will be a very, very good, entertaining match to watch. Stan the Man, feel bad for him going out, but look at those score lines. Very respectable, nothing to be ashamed of. And this guy, Lloyd Harris, is no slouch. He's really good. So I'm going to pick Fucsovics here to go against Rublev, and they're going to have a rematch, and they could have a rematch, a nice rematch. They had a nice match in Rotterdam, so that could be pretty good. Goffin versus Taylor Fritz. This right here, this is a toss-up right here. You know, over the entire career, you got to pick David Goffin. But let me tell you something. Taylor Fritz, he came the ball this year in 2021. He's playing some pretty good tennis. I think it's a pick-em match. We just know from experience, being more of a veteran, knowing how to win a lot more matches. David Goffin, you would think would win this match, but Taylor Fritz, the younger guy, getting some confidence going, bigger weapons, a lot bigger weapons. So if I had to pick, I'm actually going to pick Taylor Fritz to win that match. Okay, the battle of two Canadians. Now, this is kind of interesting matchup because with both these players, you never know what you're going to get. All right, Denis Shapovalov is the 4th seed. He's number, I think, 12 in the world right now. But as we know, he could lose to anybody on any day. He's like, you could never pencil this dude in for a match. It's kind of interesting because he's intense. It looks like he competes hard, but there's something missing there still upstairs, in my opinion. He can get very erratic. He can get very whiny on the court when things aren't going well for him. Now, Pospisil, you know, lots of injuries through his career, lots of inconsistent results as well. Great doubles player. Surprised he didn't have more of a successful singles career. But when he is on, he's very, very tough, and he is going to be coming at you. He likes to bring the serve and volley game still. He likes to bring the serve and volley game, big power game. If he's on his game, if he is serving and volleying well, he could take out Shapovalov. He could take him out. Okay. Jaziri versus, who's he going to play? Bashavili. Bashavili? I can't say it very well. Anyway, this match right here, again, I think neither of these players, looking at them, is going to give Federer a real challenge. So I think Federer is looking good to have a nice sparring match against Evans. And then who knows who's going to win this match. I think this match is going to be pretty evenly matched. So Federer, either of those, I'm not worried about that. Then we're looking at a potential semifinal against Shapovalov, I guess, maybe, who knows. Again, I'm liking this for Fed fans. I'm liking this. I like him against any of these players. David Goffin's not taking Federer out. Taylor Fritz, believe it or not, might be the biggest threat to Roger Federer, in my opinion. And on this side of the draw, let me know who you think's a bigger threat. Shapovalov? Who would you be more afraid for Federer to play? Shapovalov or Fritz? To me, really neither. The only thing I can think of is if Federer is just so off his timing to where one of these players can give him upset. But if Federer's on his timing, guys, and he's healthy, I think he's in the finals. I think he's a shoo-in for the finals against either Dominic Thiem or let's see here, or where do you go? Rublev. Okay, and Dominic Thiem is 5-2 against Federer. So if Dominic Thiem can get his confidence up and get to the finals, I hate to say this, I see Dominic Thiem winning this tournament if he can get through the early rounds. So I could see, here's what I could see. I could see Dominic Thiem losing early rounds and getting out, or slowly building up his confidence, getting to the finals and beating Federer. That's the way I see this going. If Federer plays Rublev, that's going to be a little bit of a scary matchup for me as well. I saw Rublev take it to Federer in Cincinnati. Like, is Federer, the big question is we know Federer is probably in still good enough form, we think. We don't know until we see it. But I'm going to assume Federer's in good enough form to take care of anybody outside of the top 8 in the world. Once we start to get into the top 8 players, they're all getting closer and closer as far as their talent and being ready for big matches and weapons. Like, is Federer ready to beat players in the top 8? Because the top 8 players right now are really playing tough. Like, they're playing some tough tennis. And I'm not sure if Federer if we can expect him to just come in and beat players who are top 8 in the world. I don't know. Okay, Wally Friend says Fritz chokes. Okay, let's see. Rublev disappointing. Why is Rublev disappointing? That he doesn't have to play a match? Rublev is so strong. In my opinion, he's one of the best candidates to be #1 in the future. I agree. Let's see some other comments, guys. So if you're watching me read right now, if you're watching the replay, we are reading some comments because this is a live broadcast. Evans is really tough opponent for Federer's first round match. I totally disagree with that. I think that this is just what the doctor ordered. I think this, if Federer could not draw it up any better, in my opinion, Evans is going to be somebody who, has style, can give Federer nice points, but he can't really hurt Federer. He can't hurt him. Where's he going to hurt him? He's not going to outserve Federer. Federer will be able to return his serve. When they get in exchanges, do you think his backhand's better than Roger? No. Is his forehand better than Roger? It's not even close. Roger's got one of the best forehands ever. That's why you guys should sign up for the 7-day forehand challenge. Go to 7dayforehandchallenge.com, get free video coaching, and plus I will analyze your forehand where you can send me videos of your forehand. But Federer's going to crush him on the forehand. Who's better than that? Roger Federer. The only thing that I can kind of be concerned about is if Federer's approaches are not great. I did see Evans hit a lot of good passing shots against Chardet. That's my only concern, is that Federer is not coming in behind good enough approach shots and Evans is passing him. That's the only thing I can see. Other than that, Federer's going to crunch him. Let's see here. Theme is so inconsistent. He could be great tournament or stink in another. Yeah, that's what I see too. I see Federer. So while he's coming with some good comments, I see I see Dominic Thiem either going out early or building his confidence. I hate to say this to all the Fed fans. I don't think Federer is ready to beat Dominic Thiem in the finals if they both get there, because that will mean that Thiem is playing some pretty good tennis. And the matchup for whatever reason, and this goes back years, right? Look at their history. For years now, Dominic Thiem seems to get the better of Roger Federer. It's 5-2. They played 7 times. Dominic Thiem has won 5 of those. And he's beat him on a hard court. He's beat him on grass, if you can believe that. And of course, I believe he's beat him on clay. So he's beat him on every surface. So that is a little scary for Fed fans. That's a little scary for Fed fans. Shapovalov is erratic, unfortunately. Awesome game, but inconsistent. I totally agree. There's something going on with Shapovalov to where he just cannot put his act together consistently. Every now and then, we see flashes of brilliance where, like, this guy, if he ever got it all together, could be top 5 in the world, but he doesn't do it match in and match out. And he always has some weird things going on. Like, where do we first hear of Denis Shapovalov? I hate to bring this up. The first time I heard of Denis Shapovalov, he took the ball and hit it as hard as he could and hit an umpire in the eye, which the guy has permanent eye damage there. Okay. So, and from there on out, every now and then, almost every tournament, Denis Shapovalov is going to have a whining fest. So he's really weird. On the other hand, I love he's feisty. I love he seems intense. He seems like an intense competitor. His game is beautiful. He can make shots all over the court like Federer. I've ever seen anybody hit a better. Federer can't do this the way this kid can. He can do a jumping one-handed backhand crushing winner from anywhere on the court. Like the players who do that two-handed skip and jump. He can do that. And I don't see many people with one-handers who can do that well. He does that very well. But he can also shank, double fault, lose his mind. So I'd almost rather see, I don't know. I mean, no one's scaring me in that bottom half. Shapovalov isn't scaring me for Fed. Taylor Fritz. I don't know, maybe Fritz would be a little more of an upset watch. I don't see him losing to Shapovalov. I don't see him losing to Fritz. I don't see him losing to Daniel Evans. Basha-Vili. I can't say that name right. I need some lessons on how to say that. Are you doing live often? I love the program. Yes, we're trying to do live as much as possible. Trying to do a lot more lives. Okay, Ollie Payton says, I'm expecting 6-4, 6-4, 6-4 type of match today from Fed. I think that's pretty good call there, Ollie. I think, Daniel Evans will make a good showing. It'll be a nice challenge for Federer. It'll give Federer a great opportunity to get into a rhythm on the court. We always know that the players, their first couple of, it's interesting. Every time you have a new tournament, one of the big topics of conversation in the opening rounds that the players like to talk about and that the press likes to ask about is the court speed. How's the court speed? How are the balls? And so the players talk about that because they're getting used to the court speed. They're getting used to the balls. They're getting used to the rhythm. After one or two matches, you don't hear that anymore. No one's talking about the court speed. No one's talking about the balls because the players are used to the pace at that moment. So that's what's a concern, I think, for Dominic Thiem and Roger Federer is how is the court speed going to be? Can a player like Evans, if Roger's not used to the court speed, make Federer miss, right? That's what we're worried about. If Federer can get his rhythm, though, and I don't see that Evans has a big enough game anywhere to where Federer can't figure it out in a couple of sets how to get used to Evans' pace of ball. He just can't blow him off the court. He just can't. So I think this is exactly what the doctor ordered for Roger Federer, and we're going to see this match in 2 hours, guys. So make sure that you go to your tennis channel and be ready to watch that. Make sure that you go to ATP Tennis TV. That's what I will be watching. I'm not promoting as far as I'm not getting paid to say that or anything. I'm just telling you where you guys can watch it. And definitely watch it because let's face it, we're getting now into the Michael Jordan phase of Roger Federer's career. Remember when, like every time Jordan took the court, I don't know if you're a basketball fan, but I knew every time Jordan was taking the court in that last year when he played for the Chicago Bulls, I almost don't count the Washington years, but we all knew that it was going to be Michael Jordan's last year because of management basically told the Chicago Bulls, like, look, this is your last chance to get a championship. So you knew every time you turn on the TV, that it might be one of the last times you saw Michael Jordan play. So you have to watch. So that's what this is like. This could be Federer's last year. If this is not Federer's last year, then next year's got to be his last year, right? I mean, are we going to see this guy going like Tom Brady playing 45 years old on the tour? Maybe. Who knows? But I don't think so. I think either this year or next year, I think Federer would like to play one full year where we're not under quarantine, right? Where the crowds are there. So I think for Fed fans, one thing that is good, since all the fans are not back, I really think Federer would like to do a victory lap in front of all of his fans. So I'm hoping that towards the end of this year, going into next year, Federer will be able to play in front of a nice crowd and that he can take his final victory lap and we can all just be there cheering, crying, screaming for Roger, and that he gives us some good tennis in his last year. That's what I'm hoping for. So thanks so much for watching this video, guys. Now, notice here right below me, you see 7-day forehand challenge. As we know, the forehand is huge in professional tennis, but it's also big in amateur tennis, okay? Especially if you play doubles, you basically can serve and hit forehands all day. You can just hide your backhand, okay? Kind of like Jim Courier did in his career, right? So you can hide your backhand, crunch and munch forehands when you go through my 7-day forehand challenge. Definitely sign up. It's free for 48 hours. So each day, we're going to start March 22nd. Each day, you get to get a free lesson, and then you can also send me videos, and I will analyze your forehand for you. That's right. Zen Clover says, Federer, welcome back. So, guys, thanks so much for watching this live stream. If you like this live stream and you don't want to miss my next live stream, subscribe right now to my channel. Ding the notification bell. My name is Pete from Crunch Time Coaching. We talk tennis. We talk what's going on the tour. And I'll also give you guys a lot of tennis instruction. So if you're not just a fan, but also a player, you're going to love my channel. So make sure to subscribe. All right. You guys take care and have a great day.